Hi everybody! Look, it's me in my normal setup and not still on the road. But I'm very excited about today's video because we are talking about this website, Gamers.Online. Now, full disclosure, this is a paid video. They wanted me to kind of take people through the system and figure out what it is, but they wanted me to do this a while ago, and if it wasn't good, I wasn't going to do it. If I didn't think that there was any merit to it, I obviously wouldn't make a video about it. And I think that this is a really, really cool idea. The premise of this website, as you can see, Gamers.Online, is to search and find gamers online to play. And this isn't necessarily to play with people online, but it can also be used for board game meetups. And that's what I am specifically interested in. Because we all have those times where we want to extend our groups, or if we move to a new city and we're having trouble finding people to play with, it's often hard to find tools in place to find out people who gel with what you like to do. And also, especially in board gaming can be such a broad spectrum as well in terms of what you like, right? I always love sussing out somebody where they say they like board games, and I say, oh yeah? What sort of board games do you like? Like, what's your favorite game? And I love hearing about people's favorite games, but it also gives like a nice bar for their gamer profile, or as it's referred to here, the gamer CV. And I think that in particular is kind of exciting because you can see how people are matching up and what games they like to play and the general vibe of what they like to play and what they spend their time playing mostly. And if that gels with you, I think that's a really, really cool concept. I'm not sure how many people are on this website currently, but there's about to be one more because I'm going to register right now. Let's create a username. Now, they also told me that I didn't need to go through the setup process, but I'm going to do it anyway. What I'm going to be talking about more today is how to set up a match and just like the cool features that I like about this website and that I think are cool to highlight. Room and board. Official. I really wish I had thought of the official before I made my channel Room and Board reviews. Maybe I should change it. Let's see. But it is Room and Board reviews. That's my email. If you ever want to send me a message, that's where you can do it. Password. Don't you even take a little peek. I agree. Over 18 years old. Save. Cool. So this is the profile. We might as well add in our little logo. We can do up our little description. So there's a little description. Just saying, hey, I'm Chris George. There's a way to add in a gaming language. You can put multiples of these in, which I think is pretty cool. I'm just going to put English in because I don't feel confident enough in my French anymore. And this is what I like. You can set your geolocation. I'm in Canada, I'm in Ontario, and I'm in Toronto. Great. And then we have your gaming skills, where I'm going to be bold and put a 5 for board gaming. People who have played with me may say that I'm lying and it should be a 1, but you know what? That's what I'm putting. Skill, 5. Strategy, 5. Tabletop, 5. Family, they were kidnapped by bears, so 0. Card, 5. I would put card 4 because I feel skilled with cards, but also I don't always gravitate towards them. Like RPGs, you can set your RPG skill level as well. I'm going to probably use this, well, who knows? I'll put my little RPG stuff. I'll put a little bit of LARPing. I'll just put PC just to show that like I'm primarily tabletop, you know? But this is something that I really like. And you can change it to just like friends can see this or public settings can see this. But this question, how good are you at losing a game? And this I think is like sort of your competitiveness. And so I'm going to put a 4 because I really like to compete while I'm playing the game. I like competitive gaming, 5. I really like competing, and then as soon as it's over, I'm pretty good. So I guess that's a 5. Yeah, because but I'm okay with people taking it seriously. You know what I mean? If I'm cultivating my perfect profile. Solo gaming, I really don't do at all. Team gaming, sure, I'm fine with team gaming. Family-friendly gaming, sure. How competitive are you? I'm going to put a 4, you know? Cooperative gaming, yeah, I probably wouldn't be using this website for co-ops, not until I really know the person, you know? My patience level, I've got pretty good patience. My revenge level, 5. Now, my revenge level is a 2. I mean, I'll be honest, it's a 2. And hey, sure, I like cosplay. And then you also have your gaming preferences as well. This is fun. This is cool. I think I prefer competitive. You know, 4 on competitive, but I'm over to it. Completely interested in group gaming. I like skill-based gaming a lot more, but luck always has its its due, and I'm going to put it all the way to physical gaming, because what I really like about this idea is that you can get together with people in person. And now here's the thing: before I agreed to put on this video, I wanted to see what sort of systems were in place for protecting a person, right? Like for giving the user access to what's public, what's private, uh, and and also like what sort of systems were in place for in-person meetups, right? Like if they were just suggesting, hey, stranger, come over to my home. But what's really nice is that they said to me, for in-person meetups, home users need to go through a friend request and acceptance system, and they can also arrange to meet up or not through a chat. And they can also choose to sharing their location publicly in their profile or only with friends. So you can use this as a way to just strictly organize games with friends, which I really, really am interested in, because I feel very fortunate that I have quite a few people in my life who like playing board games. And if I got them all onto the system, I could create events for specific games that I want to review, right? Like those sorts of specific games where I really want to get X game to the table. And you could just create that thing, and it can go out to all the people on your friends list, and it can just be for friends. Or if you're finding that your friends aren't enjoying specific games, like there are a couple games that I have that I know a lot of people who I play with don't like them. And so I'm met with a decision, right? Like I either get rid of those games because I'm not going to play them with people won't ask for them, or I can find people who like those games. And putting out feelers for this and be like, hey, who wants to meet up at a board game cafe and play some Kalis, let's say. Kalis is a game that I got rid of because it's too mean. And maybe I could find more mean people, you know? And what's really nice is that you can also save different locations under your profile, so you can also meet up in public places or game cafes to play, not strictly at each other's home. And so that's what they responded to me with, and it made me very excited. So I'm going to leave this play at home and play outside right in the middle. Private games, official games, I'm not quite sure what that one means. I'll leave it right in the middle. And then turn-based gaming or real-time gaming. Whoops, I want to be real-time. I don't really like playing turn-based over on Board Game Arena. I like playing this sort of like real-time on Board Game Arena, and playing in real time is also a thing. This is cool too if you want to do more online gaming and you want, like I just got Borderlands 3 and I'm planning to play it with a friend, but we haven't really linked up, and that's mostly my fault because I told him a year ago to get it, and I play with him. But if you have a horrible friend like me, you can say, okay, listen, I've got a Nintendo Online or I got a PlayStation Network, and I just want to play like those sorts of things, which is nice. So sure, on PlayStation, you can put your username, your account, and that sort of thing. I'd probably just put to friends, you know, because like if I'm playing something like Fortnite or whatever, I kind of just want to play with people who I know. And then you can put your general availability as well. So I would put the evenings of most days and the afternoons of most days, and not Monday, because I have a standard, Vegas meeting for that. Just so people know, okay, I'm not really a morning person. I kind of like gaming into the night as well. So that was very easy. It was very easy to set up an account. And what can you do now? You can search for gamers using the search button up top. Good. This is very easy onboarding. You can find gamers depending on their skills and names, send them friend requests, use our chat. Find and add games to your library by using our category filters, and start your game phase. I really like this. Immediately, I mean, Under Falling Skies is a solo game, but it gives you kind of a discover system of things that you might like, right? I did put 0 on the solo gaming scale, but this is cool. It's kind of giving you some different suggestions if you want to like go through. This is cool. You can kind of go through and add the games that you have in your collection. So I'll just go through and say, well, I have everything. I'll just go through and add a few that I have just for the sake of making up a different match and showing you how you can kind of create a match. Oh, Red Cathedral. Yeah, obviously. And this is kind of cool. It's being sorted based upon what a lot of people have as well. Like, see how people have added it to their category. And so you can say, oh yeah, I have that game, or I know how to play that game, right? You can say, I want a specific game. I wish there was a way to import your BGG listing right into this. I think that would be an important feature that, hey, Gamers Online, I know you're probably watching this video, so incorporate that. That's a huge feature. So here's the thing that I think is really interesting. Depending upon the games that you've logged into your library, like this Terraforming Mars, right? You can see people who have experience with this game. Right now, I'm ranked at a 0, a Go level 1. I have 150 experience points. I can rank my skill at it as well. So I mean, I put myself as, a 4. I'm pretty decent. I've learned some tips from Levi Moreno, who's the World Series champion of Terraforming Mars. I feel pretty good. I can be incorporating that. I've been playing Terraforming a lot on Board Game Arena recently. But I think it's really neat that you can, like, players pop up who have been playing this game and who have been logging this game. Like, I believe this is a company based in Spain, so that's why you see a lot of people from Spain. But like, I would love to see this take off. But what's kind of cool is that every game that you log, and I'm just going to create a little match for board games right now. Every game that you log, every time you participate in a game, you log a play, you log a match that happened. You can add the results of the session, kind of like BG Stats, but you'll get like experience points. And I really like this idea of the experience point system because a lot of board games have that range of experience, right? Even if you've played a game like once or twice, it's very different from playing it 10 to 15 times, and also very different from playing it, 100+ times, right? And so being able to match with people who share that sort of same level of experience and search out those people and say, hey, you play a lot of Terraforming Mars. So do I. You want to meet up and play some games? I'm free tonight. I want to play it in real life because I prefer the tactile experience, right? And you live nearby me. Let's get a game of Terraforming Mars. And so I think adding this XP is a really neat idea for sure. All right, so how you create a match is you go to this little symbol. You can go to your profile. That's what we were working on before. But you can also go to the dashboard. The dashboard is where you want everything. Like, look at this. Greenhouse 673, you can discover a gamer. I don't know where they are, but I assume they're in a greenhouse. And they kind of just like can put people forward. So if they'll randomly either put like gamers or board games that you can potentially look at that you might be interested in and add them to your collection. But over here is where you can create a match. And I like this because you can do two things. You can do a public match or a friend match. So once you've established a network of people, you're like, listen, I don't want to meet anybody else. Or if you want to do a friend match first, see if people bite, and then turn it into a public match. If nobody bites, I think that's an option as well. But we're going to create a match over here. And this is how you can kind of set, listen, I want to play this game at this time. And this is also something that really appeals to me because while I like free-form game nights where you have a selection of things, I also sometimes really want to play just one specific game, And I just want to play Terraforming Mars tonight. And I want to announce to my group, listen, there are 4 spaces for you to I want to play Terraforming Mars. I want to play at 4, or I'm reviewing a game and I'm like, I haven't played this game at 6 people yet, or I only need to play this at like 3 people. And so I can say there are 3 or 2 spots available. Sign up now. And if this were to be able to organize that for me, that would be fantastic, right? Like sometimes you want the optimal player count as well. Sometimes you want to feel things out. So I'm going to choose a game. You can choose it from your game collection. This is where you'd add it before. So let's use Terraforming Mars as an example. Terraforming Mars with Prelude in person. That's the match title. Match description. Hey, I want to play more Terraforming Mars. I have Prelude, and that's it. Because that's what's used in the World Series of Board Gaming. Come help me practice. I want to be crushed by you. Sit on me. No, that might be a different profile. I want to be crushed by you. We'll just leave it at that. You can upload an image too of you holding Terraforming Mars, sadly, or I think the game will just kind of come up. You see the match visibility, you see the joining policy, and then the location setup. So we're going to set this not for half an hour from now, but I'm going to say, listen, I got Friday night free. I don't. I work all the time. The game duration will be, I want this game of Terraforming Mars to be, 130 minutes. And it's offline, and the location is at home. I know there's a way of adding in different places, different locations, say at a gaming cafe, but since I'm making it late at night, sure, come over to my home. The gamer's capacity, I want to play a 4-player game. And the waiting list, sure, we can have 2 people on the waiting list. Expected skill, I don't really want to teach the game, but you don't have to be that good. So you can be a level 2, that's great. Or you can be a level 5, it doesn't matter. But I'm just gonna put, I'm gonna put 3, middle of the road, or you just, you're an average Terraforming Mars player. And then you can put the expected go level, which is what this system is, the Gamers.Online level, right? That's their own internal system. So I can put 0, it doesn't matter to me, because this is a new platform, right? As the platform kind of grows, then you can say, listen, I want somebody who's played 100 games of Terraforming Mars, and you can see that. If you also want to make this like, let's make it a Facebook event, you could add in that Facebook event. So I'm going to hit save and publish. Boom. Now, here's the thing, gamers playing at this match, there are no players playing at this match, you also have to just join. So Room and Board has joined it, this match is set, it is open to the public, and now you wait. Now you wait. I'll go to my profile, I'll go back to my profile, I'll just, scroll through. You know what, I'll go back to my dashboards and see my match update. 1 seat is yours, match joined. Oh yes, that's it. Who wants to come play with me? And you can share the match, you can put that QR code out there, and then once it's full or once it happened, you can also click this little button, this Start Now button. You say, start the match now. Yes, I'm starting it with just me. It's now active. And if people don't have an account, right, say you added in a friend, it was like, hey, me and my friend, we want to play Terraforming Mars. You then can add in these little dummies, and you can say, listen, oh man, I came in third. I freaking came in third. These 2 dummies beat me, these dummy players, right? And then you say save and close the match. So the match then gets closed. It shows that I got 75 experience points on the Gamers.Online experience because I played the game. I didn't win. If you won, you got 100 experience points. But, you play the game, you get 75 experience points. And that's what I really, really like about this idea and this system, because it's more monitoring the plays that gives you that experience, right? The more plays you do, the more plays you log, the more experience you have. And I think that's really relevant, because it's just the more plays you have, the more experience you have at the game. That's it. And so now if I go to my profile, you can see that I've played 1 match of Terraforming Mars on my gamer CV, and my Go experience has gone up to 225, right? Also, in each game, you can say, I'm looking for players. I'm interested, right? I'm looking for a group that will play this. You can even indicate that it's your favorite game, And so I think that idea of kind of creating these matches, and that's the core of the game, right? Like, of this site, people need to be active in terms of like creating matches, seeing if people will come and sign up, and it may take a little bit of time, because again, it's more people that are coming in and adopting this system, and board gamers getting on board and adopting it. But I think it's also cool that you can do this for video games if that's your speed or whatever you want. So anyway, that's kind of an overview of how Gamers.Online works, what you can do, what you might want to do, how you can sign up, how you can find additional gamers. You can also go for gamers and search board gamers and try to search by locations. And I'm going to put in Toronto just to see. Well, if you're in Germany, you can go to Dude's Home. This is my home. Welcome. Upcoming matches play at Dude's Home. You can play with Brettspiel Dude. I think it's kind of a really neat system. I can see that it will need a lot of people to be on it in order for it to be effective. But if people join on it, try it out, I think it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile jumping on, trying out, and maybe this can become a hub strictly for like gaming, where you can meet new like-minded people. I think that's a really cool, neat idea. So if that happens, I'd be pretty thrilled with it. Because something like Meetup, I feel like there's a website out there, Meetup or something. You don't have this level of specificity, right? Like, you don't have the ability to go in and to check out somebody's profile, to see that this person's a 5 at board gaming, a 4 at RPG, and a 5 at consoles. You see what they're playing, right? They like more cooperative games and group gaming, and they prefer online gaming. And you look at this profile and think, okay, cool. Like, this is a person who I would play with online, right? Who loves cooperative gaming, who has a nice patience, and who loves to get revenge on people, And seeing people rating themselves in this idea about me, Xbox gamers only, hit me up ASAP. There you go. Play some Xbox with this person. Done. Right? If you like playing with people, I think this is a really neat idea. And thanks to Gamers.Online for sponsoring this video and making me learn about this thing. And I hope it really takes off, because I think there's something valuable here for sure. So that's it. That's the video. Let me know what you think about the platform. Drop your comments down below because I'm sure that they'll be watching this video. And if you have any ideas, like I think the profile pages could maybe be a little bit more robust. I know that they'll be actively improving upon these sorts of things and want this to be the best that it can be. So really, yeah, drop your feedback down below. I think more visual aids would be great. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I think as a concept, I think it looks really neat. So hopefully it takes off. It'd be pretty cool if it did. Anyway, drop your comments down below. What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Why? I'm curious. I genuinely am curious. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more. I'm going to see if I can get all of my friends, because right now I just have a Facebook group and I post and I say, who wants to play? And not everybody sees it, right? Like if you can get email alerts, if you can subscribe up to somebody, and then I would just get to make a match and it would be emailed to everybody's inbox, and then everybody could just sign up that way. Like that would be so cool. So I think there's a lot of potential here, even to just manage your own sort of friend groups and meetups as well. And for suggesting games too, just being like, hey, creating a culture where you're like, oh, I made a game. Who wants to play Voidfall? I want to play it Friday night. Anybody's welcome. And just kind of getting that out to all of your people and your friends, etc. I think there's a really neat value. So thanks everybody for watching. My name's Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase, but I do have a Gamers.Online account. So if you're in Toronto, I mean, add me as a friend. We'll see if this thing takes off.